Liverpool versus everybody. I came on earlier to talk about the Champions League draw, and I mentioned speaking about Man United in that match, but didn't really go into it. But I felt the need to talk more about that game because there's so many things in that game that really showed me a lot about this team. And I want to talk about Mane. By now, everyone knows. I remembered it, during the game I saw it, but I forgot to really bring it up. So much things going on in that game, and can't remember everything. And a lot of times it's unscripted what I do here. I don't really write too much stuff down, too much things down. But Mane is nasty, man. This dude, I mean, talent wise, yes, skill wise, yes. But by now, all of you know what happened um, for that offsides goal that they got. And by now, all of you know Mane helped that on. He pushed Lukaku and pretty much was the reason why he was offsides. Um, there was also a moment there where Naby Keita and Lukaku come together, and actually, being the captain as he does, he's in the ref's ear. He was in the ref's ear most of the game, and Mane comes up and just mushes his head. It's these little things Mane does, and it was almost a blessing in disguise not having Trent. Dare I say Milner, and I'm gonna get to Klein in a minute too, but not having Trent, it meant that Mane was gonna have so much more freedom, kind of ducking in, cutting in, playing on the right where he's obviously ultra comfortable. I mean, we all know that when he came to Liverpool, that's the side he was on, and got flipped over to kind of make space for Salah or what have you. But Mane was just all over the pitch, and he looked like a kid out there just having fun. I mean, to control that ball, that beautiful slice pass that Fabinho was doing all game, and you knew at some point one of those passes was going to come clean. Somebody's going to get it, control it, and score a goal, and it happened. Probably could have happened, probably should have happened a bit earlier than that, but the run Mane makes. Obviously, I spoke about the murder he committed on, I forget who the player was on the edge of the box, maybe Herrera, to get that assist for Shaqiri's first goal. Mane just had a field day. He had a field day, and Liverpool fans are funny because after the game against Napoli, believe it or not, there were some Liverpool fans and some rival fans, probably more so rival fans, questioning Mane and saying, how are we even comparing him to Salah? To me, there's no question. Mane is the best player for Liverpool. Everything he does, the way he can just slot in different roles and be all over the pitch. I mean, he was central, he was left, he was right, he was up top. He tracks back defensively. He's just an amazing talent, and I just think we're just so thankful, so blessed right now, spoiled actually to have a bunch of world class talent. Now, you might not say he's Salah or him or world class in their positions, but they definitely have world class talent. And Mane just he continues to prove that. And so for me, what it shows is that guys are human. They're not going to have incredible games every single time. And even in that Napoli game, he still was putting himself about and getting himself in the right positions. Would it have been nice to see him score those chances he had? Yes. But he didn't. But Mane is just, he's a nasty dude, man. And I think he has these ways of getting the best out of himself and just making himself a nuisance to everybody and irritating opponents and running at guys defensively. Um, he just an amazing player. That move he put on Herrera was just it was very reminiscent to what he did against PSG. I think that was Neymar who he shook the ankles off of at the edge of the box, same spot but just different side of the box. Just incredible, incredible. And so yeah, I'm gonna go to Jose. And I love Jose. I might be in a minority for Liverpool fans, but I love Jose. I don't see how you can't, as much as he's achieved in his coaching career. It seems like now that seems to be dwindling away. I'm not sure what it is, but he's not on it anymore. It doesn't seem like it. But furthermore, the thing I don't like about Jose is that he always finds a way to make excuses. Now, he's talking about now, and I know that he praised a lot of our players, especially Robertson, and he brought up Naby, Genie, all these guys about how we out muscled them, and we did. And I think Firmino, the foul he put on Rashford really just showed the gulf and just toughness and class really in these two teams. I mean, the way he just pushed him off the ball, really just painted the picture of who wanted that game more. Freddie, I haven't seen you in a while. Let me read this comment. What's up, man? That goal from Mane was sick. The control, yeah, of the ball is unreal. Yeah, Klein was solid. Can't ask much of someone who gets his first start, yep, of the season against United, crazy how he's third choice. It is crazy, but then not really because it's the way we play. And I want to get to that. I'm glad you brought that up, but I want to talk about Jose. But I'm gonna get to Klein in a second because Klein deserves some time. And this is gonna be a long one, guys. So saddle up. Um, so as Jose pretty much praised a lot of our play, especially Robertson, rightfully so, he had to throw in there that basically saying that we were lucky in getting deflections. Now, is that some fortune? Yes. But what do I always say? A wise man once said, play football, play to the rules, play to the referee, cross your fingers, hope you get a slice of luck, and may the best team win. Well, Jose, the best team won. And yeah, we had a slice of luck. But is there any better way to beat a rival? I mean, they was luck in that Everton game, but you think we're saying, oh man, you know, that shouldn't have counted because no, you need luck, and when you're playing well, when you're the best team, you deserve that luck. So was it any more lucky than the goal they got? I mean, really. I mean, that's a goal, and again, as big as a mistake, there's Liverpool fans who are trying to say it wasn't a mistake by Allison because it was wet and all that. Well, it was really wet for both keepers, and David De Gea didn't have a whole lot of trouble catching balls that came right at him. I mean, with speed and power. So I'm not buying that. It's a mistake, and it's okay to admit that it was a mistake. But is that not? I mean, that's to me that's lucky as well. Maybe not as much as a ricochet goal would be lucky, but it's still lucky. It came from nothing. Boom, we gave you a goal. Cool. You have to work for your luck though, and in periods in that second half, it felt like it might be one of those games where I almost thought is Coutinho back on the field. I mean, we had so many long distance 30, 40 yard out strikes from players who shouldn't be doing it really, in my opinion. Now, there's something to be said about a crowded box, and I feel like if they sat any deeper, they would have been in the first row of the cop watching the game. I mean, they sat back so deep, and you got to give them credit for that. They shut off passing lanes, shut off shooting lanes, and they made it frustrating. You got guys like Lovren and Klein shooting 30-yard shots. You know, it became a moment of are we panicking or are we going to just stay in this game? And Naby Keita had run this course, and I think he had a great game. Maybe not great, he had a good game. Um, and he showed things that we were missing out of we felt like we were missing out of our midfielders without Ox being there. A guy who can get the ball, push it, turn it, press the rock. But his finishing product was sorely lacking. He would get all the way to the top of the box and lose the ball, or he'd get fouled, or he'd give it away, or whatever. So that's going to come sooner than later. Actually, I think that's something that I personally am not too bothered by. I've seen enough of Keita to know that he's going to be a huge figure in this team this season and for seasons to come. Let me see what Epic said the first time. Jose never takes the blame. Yeah, when we started shooting 40 yards out, I felt like Jose had us again. Yeah, and I'm sure he did too. I'm sure on the sideline he was thinking, "Yep, this is what I want them to do. I'm gonna get out of here with a 1-1 draw." And leave the Mourinho out people at bay for a little bit. Some of them, because some people are just Mourinho out no matter what. Even if they would have beat Liverpool, people just don't want to see Mourinho there, and rightfully so. But you know, Naby had run his course, and Klopp said, "You know what? Let me put this guy SHAQ in. Let's talk about SHAQ. Man, this dude, you can tell he just feels so. And this is the thing with Klopp. Klopp doesn't. I gotta hold my hand up because Shaqiri wasn't a guy that I was necessarily excited about getting. I just wasn't. But he's proven me wrong, and I'm sure other guys around the world, Liverpool fans, are not. This dude, to be able to have that battery pack coming off the bench like that, I mean, the guy is always ready to play. He never looks upset. His game does maybe, and maybe these performances. Number one, I think it's no, yeah. Number one, I think it's just this is how good he is. But number two, it's like what? Every time I get a chance, I'm gonna make the best of it because I want Klopp to really think hard about sitting me in the next game. And he's done that most of the time. Maybe one performance or one situation where he started or came in, he wasn't really necessarily, terribly effective. But almost every time he's on the pitch, Shaqiri takes that opportunity by the scruff of the neck, and he makes the best of it. And as soon as he came on, squeezed the ball up. It didn't make it to Firmino, but his offensive play, man, he's always trying to move the ball forward. He's always trying to make something happen, and that was a great sub at a great time in the game that we needed. And call it luck, call it deflected, whatever. You got to be there in order to take advantage of those chances. You got to be there in order to, get that luck, if you will. And so, Shaqiri is just, it's amazing to see him really, really showing his full potential. Um, and it took him to go to a team like Liverpool to see that. But I'm loving it. And I think, again, guy, Mane, when he was at Southampton, we all saw that he was a good player and he was fast and all that, but it's a world of a difference at Liverpool. Salah, Fiorentina, very good. Roma, very good. Had some moments at Chelsea. Liverpool, totally different player. Van Dijk, arguably, you could say he's wasted his career up to this point. Let's be honest. Celtic, nah. Southampton, seeing how good he really is. Genie Wijnaldum, I mean, we can go 1 to 11. You know what I mean? And pinpoint guys that you think, I mean, would we have ever seen how great they were if they didn't come under this manager with this team? Would we? Would we really see how good these guys are if they didn't come to us? And for Lord, imagine having Wilson back next year from the bench or competing. What do you reckon? Can he make it? He's doing really well where he's at. Is it Derby? I don't know about Wilson. I don't know. But again, here's my thing. Here's my answer to that. And I don't mean to sit on the fence, but if Klopp sees it fit for these guys to be in the team, I'm not going to question it because he's been right all the time. The only player that he's gotten that hasn't really lived up to it is probably Karius. You know what I mean? And let me just go back to the mistake from Allison. No one's talking about the mistake that David De Gea made for the second goal. He literally assisted Shaqiri for that goal. I mean, Mane puts the ball in, which is a nothing ball really. It ricochets. David De Gea knocks it off his foot. It goes in the path of Shaqiri. There's the goal. But no one's going to talk about that because it's De Gea. No one's going to talk about that being a mistake. And you can see how pissed off De Gea was after the goal. He smacks the goalpost and kicks, I don't know if it's a water bottle or what. So, again, this isn't a game for me where because after the game against Napoli, that wasn't just a prisoner of the moment. That wasn't me just being reactionary. I think our keeper, Allison Ramses Becker, is the best goalkeeper in the world. Current form. I'm not saying of all time, anything like that. Current form, he's the best goalkeeper in the world. That's my opinion. Mane is disrespectful. He's very disrespectful, but I love it. I love it. I'm glad you said that. He loves scoring against Man U. 3 goals, 2 this last game, and 1 overhead kick during the preseason. Yeah, tour in the States. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Shaqiri is just really, 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 really coming on strong. Disrespectful in the best way possible, Freddie. We're not saying he's, literally disrespectful in a negative way. But just what he does to defenders. What he did to Lukaku to get him offsides for that set piece on that offsides goal they scored. Fabinho went up about 3 levels. He did. Well, he has most clean sheets. Yeah, but I'm not even talking about the clean sheet because clean sheets to me, goalkeepers get a lot of credit for that. But to me, that's just defense in general. You don't get clean sheets just from being a great goalkeeper. You have to have because we don't really concede a lot of shots. But I'm just talking about just on the eye test when you see how commanding he is. Notice how when he makes a mistake, which he rarely does, when he does, you can tell it's not affecting him. A guy like Mignolet, a guy like Karius, that affects them for the rest of the game. And teams can sense that. Teams can sense that like a wild dog. It's like, oh, that's meat right there. I can get them. People knew they can get at Karius. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew they can get at Karius and get at Mignolet. With this guy, the confidence he has in himself, and you could tell he was livid about how, in his mind, he's thinking, how the fuck have I done this? How? Because at that point, when Mane scored that goal, it came later than it should have. We should have had a couple more goals before. But when Mane scored that, I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking, this is wrapped up. We might get 2 or 3 in the first half. United get that goal. Mourinho is overjoyed. He's the happiest man in the world in that moment because in his mind he's thinking, wow, I don't know how we got this, but we got it. Let's just ride this out. Ultra defensive. Let's try to get this draw. That's always his frame of mind coming to Liverpool. As a United manager, he's not going to come and play us. He's going to play deep. And he had about 5 to 6 guys playing deep defensively. So, this team is just outstanding, man. This team is outstanding. Shaqiri is just another level, man. Another level. And I love what you said about Fabinho. I'm going to get to Klein in a second. Fabinho, man, and again, the idea of what kind of midfielder we were getting with him, I think it's starting to change the mental frame of what we thought we were getting with this guy because he's not just a 6 that's going to sit back there all game. He can do that, and him and Genie were kind of alternating. But this guy is so good on the ball, going forward. Obviously, the passes, that way he slices the ball, almost like it's amazing that touch he puts on the ball. It's incredible, and for that height, the way he gets around the pitch. And again, not to take anything away from him, but when you're playing a team like that, you're really going to see a lot of what Fabinho can do because it's not a lot of guys that are going to beat him for pace because I think he can struggle with that. Now, I think that's something he can improve on, or maybe not. Because if you're just not fast, you're just not. I'm not saying he's not fast. He's long, and he can keep up with guys, but he's not the fastest dude. But what guy that size is really lightning fast? I mean, we compared him to Yaya Toure. We compared him to all these Vieira, these big midfield kind of presences or kind of figures, and none of them were lightning fast. So I think in these games versus these teams like this, that's just another way that we can break them down. Same with Keita. I think again, like I said, yes, he lost the ball a lot when he got to the top of the box. Yes, he gave it away, but you can see his driving with the ball skills are just it's top notch. It's top notch, and that midfield right there, everything Klopp would want in the midfield, you have it with those three. You got it. You got the defensive work. You got the guy that can do box to box. You got the guy that can drive, and honestly, all three of them can do all three of those roles. So you gotta love that. But I just wanted to come back on and talk about the game a little bit. Talk about Jose Mourinho being salty, um, and just remember, guys, this is a spiritual thing right now. What's going on with Liverpool? I said it before. I'm gonna keep saying it to the end of the season. And if Klopp wins this league, it has to go down as one of the best feats ever. And because City, I'm tired of hearing about City and how amazing they are. Everyone says this is City's title to lose, and maybe it is, but I just think Liverpool are doing some special things this season, man. I mean, and some of the things that have happened that have gone in our way, or on our side, or in our luck, in our favor, have been all you can really say is it's a spiritual. This is a spiritual journey, man, and I'm enjoying it so far. Um, let's talk about Naby positioning. Also, Fab takes shot outside box and very good penalty taker. Yes, I really saw it coming together here. We played all the signings versus Man U. Yeah. Imagine we go invincible. I believe we can. I've said it before. People probably think I'm crazy, whether it be fans or fans of other teams that come on this channel. But I think it's a possibility. It's highly unlikely because come on, going invincible is just that's a really tough feat. But again, as cliche as it sounds, as boring as it sounds, as much as a broken record I sound like, but you have to take each game as it comes. Omar, what's up? Says, what's up, my red blood brother? Much love from Sweden. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. I'm glad you came on. Welcome. Nice to have you. But yeah, I mean, I just love this team, man. And let's talk about Klein. Let's talk about Naby real quick. You talk about Naby's positioning. Naby had a lot of space as well, and Robbo. Robbo showed his full. I mean, this guy right now, I don't care what anyone says, he's the best left back in the Premier League, and I think in the world he's easily top three. Easily. I mean, why Mourinho gave him that much space on that side it's just incredible to me. And it almost felt like we played a 4-4-2. There was so much space in those areas, and Naby was more of like a left wing / 10 in that 4-2-3-1 or like I said 4-4-2. Sometimes it was a very shifty kind of setup and formation. But Klopp again, the tactics unbelievable, and I think Mourinho was setting up for Salah to be on that right side. You can tell. That didn't happen. We had Mane up there just ripping it up. So just really lovely to see this team right now. Definitely can go invincible. No reason we can't beat all of them. Yeah, the rest is a bit of luck too. Yeah, we're gonna need that, and we're not done getting luck. But I'll take it. I mean it amazes me. Like people just can't say Liverpool are great. They refuse to do it, and I get it. Seasons past, we've been good, and we've never been this good. We've never been. I mean, historically, we've never been this good at this point in the season. So, invincible is a tall task, but I can see it happening, man. I can see it happening, and like I said, if it does, Klopp has to go down as one of the best for one season, especially with this big bad City team. That every time I've talked to people about it, it's like City are going to win every Premier League until Pep is gone. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm wrong, but if Liverpool has something to say about it, that's not happening. It's not happening. So we'll have some tough games. We'll probably have some draws in there. But I think Liverpool can go unbeaten for the rest of the season. I really do. I really do. Yes, we're going to need some luck in games, literally, or as far as keeping guys fit and things of that nature. But, guys like Klein coming in, I mean, the dude played a full 90 minutes. I mean, you're talking about an Iron Man. And there was a moment there where I think Naby went off and he was getting some fluids. He probably has some struggles, but he still has that ability once you get across the halfway line where he doesn't really He's not as progressive as Klein, or maybe even dare I say Milner. But to have him come in, again, it's when this is what you need in a squad. When guys go down, because surely there are people when they saw Klein in that lineup like, oh shit, Klein. And I've already said it. I'm not a big fan of him, but that performance, for me, that's 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I mean, I mean, mistake free. Got involved with some of the build up play. Offered himself as an overlap. A lot of times he went people didn't see him in overlap, specifically Mane. But got some overlap balls, put some passes in. But incredible. The last thing I want to finish on is just set pieces. I think we're one of the best teams in the league of set pieces. But the set piece that we're struggling with is corners, and that has got to change. And one of them that we had some trouble with it. And that's the thing about Firmino. I'm all over the place, guys. Bear with me. Firmino, people forget he started his football career, well, youth career, I would say, as a defender. And you can see that in the way he plays every single game. There was a ball where he cleared out. He was mad at himself where he had to karate kick the ball out. He was mad at himself because I think he felt like he could have maybe cost him. You know, Rashford was right there ready for a ball. But the guy Firmino is just so tenacious, man. You know, he's the starter of our defending. He's the starter of our press. And I love seeing that. And he picked the game, the right game, to really step up. And you saw you saw some glimpses of what we know Firmino to be. What we've come to know him to be. And that's why he's so important to this team. And I get it. He might not be your classic or you know the number 9 that you're looking for, but I don't care. I wouldn't want him to play any other way but the way he's playing. I wouldn't want any other number 9, any other forward in that position that he plays besides him. He's the only guy I want running the show, playing that role for everybody working hard. Yeah, you can see everybody working their socks off, and not even Moreno will look good. Yeah, Fabinho, what a player! I swear, everything central midfield needs. Yeah, I mean, again, just that three in general. They just showed a lot of amazing work rate. I mean, everything you want, it was there. But again, guys like Hendo and Milner are going to play an amazing role as well. And dare I say, Lallana. They're going to be games where those guys are going to have to come in, show their skill. But see, again, it goes back to, you know, Shaqiri, man, nothing against Lallana, but we weren't bringing stuff like that off the bench. We weren't bringing that kind of firepower off the bench last season. Even season before that. We're looking at the bench like, ugh, these starting 11 guys, especially attacking guys, they're going to have to get the job done. You know, Champions League final. Imagine having Shaqiri come off the bench. I'm just saying Shaqiri. I can name the whole other, everybody else, like Origi. Imagine having Shaqiri come off the bench in the Champions League final. That might be a different game. Then again, imagine, you know, Alisson in that game, and that's definitely a different game. But, you know, again, I think Liverpool, it's all their form, man. The league, the Champions League, it's all their form. Yeah, we got Wolves in the FA Cup. But I'll get into Wolves later this week. But just wanted to come back and really just celebrate this team again because, you know, again, and I feel like I'm saying this every game, but it's so true. You know, all these games, we're going to look at the end of the season, whatever we do at the end of the season, I think we'll win it. But we'll look back at these games as, you know, really, really important kind of building blocks as far as this team, the growth, the maturity in this team. Should we go for the cup? Honestly, Epic, I think we should go for everything. Now, again, it all depends on the league form at that time and the chance. I mean, we should go for everything. If there's something to be, if there's a trophy to be gained, we need to be fighting to get it. And that's how I look at it. So, just real. I mean, I'm beyond proud of this team, proud of this manager, because he's maturing as well. Everybody's maturing together. Us as fans are maturing together. And again, I know it sounds corny, but he said it when he came in, changing doubters to believers. And I think he's doing that. You know, no more can you say, you know, pundits will say, oh, Liverpool have a hard time breaking down low blocks. Yes, we have issues with that, but you can see that even though we get a little panicky, we for the most part, we stay very calm, collective, and very assured in knowing that we can get some out of the game. So, you know, as long as we keep doing that, Liverpool are going to be in an amazing place. We're fine. We're good right now. Defensively, midfield, attack, we're good. And it's just a beautiful thing to see it all coming together. You know, again, and Klopp, you know, he the guys he's bringing in, man. And here's the thing. The potential guys we may get, they're looking at this team and saying, wow, I want to be a part of that. You think Danny Ings, who scored a brace at the weekend, isn't thinking, this is nice, I'm doing well, I'm probably one of the better players, but I'd sure love to be a part of that team, part of that journey. You think Mamadou Sakho's not at Crystal Palace thinking, damn, I wish I would have had my act together and behaved a bit better and not got on Klopp's bad side. Because I want to be a part of that. This Liverpool team is doing some amazing stuff, man. And I think it's still something that we got to pinch ourselves about. And other fans, no other fans want to say, yeah, Liverpool can do this. They want to keep on that City train. We're top of the league right now, which means nothing really, because it's just December. But when you watch this Liverpool team, add in all the luck and the deflections and the fortune, but at the core of it, this Liverpool team is for real. We're for real this season. So it's okay to adopt that. It's okay to think that this is our season. It's okay to think that we can go unbeaten. It's okay to think that we can get 2 trophies this season at the minimum. It's okay to believe that. Just because the past was one thing, this is 2018-19, and this team is real. Is real. So it's time to just face that and enjoy it, because we're gonna do some amazing things this season. So yeah, like I said, just wanted to come back. Thank you for all the people who were in here today, man. What made you become a Reds fan? Have you ever seen the film Formula 51? So when that came out, there's a guy, I forget the actor's name, but he had this red, I think it was Reebok at the time, jersey on. And I came to find out it was a Liverpool jersey. I want to say it was a Robbie Fowler shirt. So I loved that movie. And seeing him in that shirt, that bright red, beautiful shirt, it made me say, like, what is it? And I knew, what we called soccer here when I was growing up. Obviously, I call it football now. But I knew about the Premier League. I knew about European football. But I didn't know that much about it. So I got into it based on that shirt and fell in love with Liverpool ever since then. That was the season with Houllier, I believe, where I think we got 3 trophies that year. But yeah, that's when I first started falling in love with Liverpool. Hello, man. Don't know why people are excited about beating a mid-table team. I'm excited about beating any team, man. But I mean, you make a valid point. I mean, this is not a United team that we've come accustomed to, but it's United, so you got to be happy. You got to be happy to beat United. I mean, I don't care how bad they are, how good they are. When you beat United, especially, here's a better answer to that question, Thompson. We had struggled with them so much. United, Mourinho, as long as he's been at United, and Klopp's been at Liverpool, we've struggled to get a win over them. And a lot of times we've been, I think, a better team. But they were always able to get our number. And so I think that's why people should be excited, or that's why I'm excited, is because we finally kind of got that monkey. In this season, what you're seeing is Liverpool kind of shedding these myths and these ideas about what Liverpool can and can't do. Liverpool can't keep a lead. Well, we're doing that. Liverpool can't play defense. We're definitely doing that. They can't control games. They have nobody to come off the bench. They're one man team. People are still saying that, and you're seeing that that's not true. So we got to squash all of these kind of narratives, false narratives about our team. And so, I mean, if you're a Liverpool supporter, I think you should be excited about beating anyone. I don't really care who it is. But there's the thing, when you beat teams you're supposed to beat, then you just get, well, you should have beaten them. If you lose to those teams, then it's like, oh, here's Liverpool again. But that's the thing, we're not losing to teams. We're not drawing these games that we drew last season. You know what I mean? So we're sitting pretty. We got 2 more games that completes, playing every team at least once. Wolves and then Newcastle. Wolves is Friday. I'm excited about that. 3 p.m. here in the States, so I will be ready for that. But yeah, I'll talk more about Wolves as the week goes on. Kind of dissect some of their team, analyze some of the games that they've been playing, how they look, how they might set up against Liverpool. But yeah, man, thank you all for, you could be anywhere right now. There's a bunch of channels that talk about Liverpool stuff or not. You could be doing a lot of things with your life right now, and I'm glad that you guys spend this time coming through. So let me just do a roll call. Shout out to everybody. Your shows are spot on. You deserve more subs to join. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I appreciate people like you who come faithfully all the time, have very kind, nice words. This is just something we like to do, man. There's no money involved, nothing like that. Not trying to be a celebrity. We just like talking about football, and we appreciate that you all come here all the time, because usually it's the same people, so I appreciate you guys. Michael Thompson, and for Lark, of course, lovely words. Mame, my man, main man, Epic Boo Man. Who else is on here? Omar, welcome to the channel, man. Hope to see you some more. Hope everything is going well in Sweden. Who else was on here tonight? Freddie, long time no see. Good to see you, man. I think that's about it. If I forgot you, my apologies. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you between now and Friday. Never walk alone.